Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on when and where you'll be catching this video. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, so hello everyone. Thanks for joining in. I just wanted to share that in one place real quick. Um, it seems like I don't know what happened, but we were having some really technical difficulties on our end. Okay, this is Helen DePoe here, Helen DePoe, Washington here, coming from you live from Discovery Tax Services. And tonight we will be talking about different strategy if you owe the IRS, and also ways that you can prevent, things you can do and owing the IRS at the end of the day. And so we'll be sharing that tonight. Now, disclaimer: what I'm about to share here tonight is not about. It's not anything to. It's not. It's just for information purposes. It's not to serve any tax problem you may have or any serious issues you may be undergoing right now. Okay. Do feel free to talk to your CPA or your tax advisor, or go on to irs.gov. And feel free to also give us a call on a one-on-one basis to get detail. If we can help you, we cannot help you, we have referral, we can refer you out, things like that. So anyways, do your research and so forth, bottom line. Okay, so tonight's video is not going to be long. As you can see, I'm already running late on this tonight, but it's going to be quick. But the devil is a liar. I guess he does not want you to hear this information tonight, but it has to be told, okay? And so, all right, so let's just go ahead and dive into it. I get a lot of questions, or we're seeing a lot of people not having or not paying enough taxes. Okay. And at the end of the day, that either owing or getting very little return at the end of the year. Okay. And also, people that are getting audits from the IRS and not being able to make those payments, or just taking them forever to get rid of the IRS payment, paying the IRS back. Okay. So, first thing first, and we're going to go in the first thing first. When you are hired at your job, you fill out a form that is called W-4. That W-4 tells the employer how much taxes to take out of your paycheck. Okay. If you get paid every week, or if you get paid every 2 weeks. Okay. So that document tells the employer exactly how much taxes to take out. Okay. However, did you know that that same document also has a way that you can actually pay more than the minimum required amount that the employer is going to take out automatically? Okay. Now, and also, did you know that you do not have to put all of your dependents on that form to when you fill it out, from the beginning when you get hired, because this is what happening. If you put all of your dependents on there, let's say you have 3 kids, you're married, and all of those things, you put them on there, they're going to take very little. The reason they ask those questions is that they're trying to make sure that they don't cut too many taxes out of your return, so that what you're actually supposed to get at the end of the year will be paid to you during the year. Okay, so that's why they'll ask those questions. But you can elect to actually zero out those questions so that they can take more taxes out of your return. So, I mean, out of your pay stub, your paycheck every week or every 2 weeks or however, every month, however often you get paid. Okay, and it's perfectly fine to do so. At the end of the day, when you file your taxes and you put your dependents on there, and your husband or whatever on there, you get the excess amount that they pay in, you get that back in return. Okay, that's really what the tax return is the overpayment that you get from the IRS. Okay, because the taxes are supposed to be a percentage of whatever income that you have. So whatever more you put in, you will get that at the end of the year when you do file your taxes. Okay, all right, so what does that form look like? I'm going to go over it real quick. And before I do that, there's another thing. Say you find yourself owing the IRS. There are many ways that people owe the IRS now, and I'm going to share with you a few things you can do, first of all, to prevent that. Okay, so a lot of people, let's talk about the people that are owing the IRS due to going to the wrong place to file their taxes. And what do I mean about that? During the tax year or during the tax season, a lot of people, for whatever reason, just have their mind made up that they must get money back. And I always say this: filing your taxes is not always about just getting money back. And also, do not expect to get the same amount of money you got last year the following year, or the following year, or the year before that. The reason being is that your taxes are going to change every year. Why? Because if, like most people, if you're working in a company, the chances of you getting raised for your income to go up is there. If you're working in a company that the past 5 years, they have not given you any raise or anything, and your income has not changed, and you probably want to think about a different company to join. Okay. But the reason being, I mean, your incomes are going to change. And it is a great thing when it's changed, because the higher your income is, the higher your taxes are going to be. And also, for those of us that have children, there will be time, those children that you're claiming now, there will be time that they are going to grow up and not, and you can no longer claim them. That is also going to change your tax status. Okay. So with that being said, you cannot expect to get the same amount every year. And I'm going to put this one in there as well. Many people expect to think, oh, if they're not paying, because they're not getting any tax return, they don't have to pay their tax preparers. It doesn't matter whether you get money or not. Your CPA or tax preparer, they are doing the work for you, and they deserve to be compensated if you are using a paid preparer. Okay. All right. And then, so anyways, the other thing is, when you do go file your taxes, make sure that your CPA, your tax advisor, or tax preparers, whoever you go to, they're able to explain your taxes to you and break it down for you, break things down for you, so you understand what is on your taxes. Because when you sign that document, when you sign your tax return, it means that you approved everything that is on your taxes. At the end of the day, when they submit it, it is on you pretty much. Okay. So I have good innocent people that are coming to me with huge amount of debt because someone put things on their taxes that they weren't aware of, uh, and they had no way of justifying whatever it is, and whomever put it on their taxes unfortunately cannot even help them, and sometimes in most cases they even disappear from them. Okay, so now, let's say you were one of the unfortunate one who got, things like that happened to them, and now they received a letter from the IRS later calculating your taxes and removing all the extra junks out of it, and now you owe some money because you already received the first refund, and you now have to pay back the difference that you got that you were not supposed to get in the first place. Now, when this happened, the best strategy is to first of all call the IRS and make some type of arrangement with them. Now, this if you cannot find the person who did it and they cannot help you solve the issues with the IRS and you have to pay back and they cannot help you pay it back, then these are things that you can do to help yourself. Do not ignore the letter. Do not ignore the letter. Most people are ignoring IRS letter and then deciding they're not even going to file taxes anymore, or just simply just shut down on the idea of filing taxes. You are not doing yourself any justice, okay, at all. And so that's not helping you one way or the other. You cannot owe the Uncle Sam or IRS anything and get away with it. They're going to want their money. Okay. So you saying you're not going to file any taxes, you're only increasing the problem on yourself, because now they're going to, wherever you work, they report your income to the IRS. So if your income is being reported, but they're not seeing any taxes for being filed, they will write you a letter. Okay. Again, it's like putting fire in the in gasoline in fire. You're flaming the situation, and you don't want to do that. Okay. So when you do receive a letter from the IRS saying that you owe this, and in many cases you probably didn't even get all of the money that they put on there. Like one time I had someone that was being made a farm owner. She doesn't even own a piece of property in her name, but she was a farm owner. Where did she do the farm at? Only God knows. But these are kind of junks that people put in other people's taxes and with absolutely no remorse whatsoever, and then submit it. And now the innocent people are getting a letter from the IRS, and they can't help themselves. Whoever put it on there can't help them, and they end up owing back. And owing the IRS is one of the sticky debt you can get unless you have some kind of a lump sum money to pay them off, or you have young kids that at the end of the day, if you file your taxes, you're going to get some return in which they will take that money against whatever you owed. If this is not your situation, then be careful where you go and file your taxes. Be careful what's being put on your taxes, because that debt is not easy to get rid of. Okay. But if you do get the letter from the IRS, what you do is you give them a call. Reach out to them, explain whatever you need to explain to them, and ask if they can do some kind of a payment plan. Now, I have people sometimes say, "Oh, they owe the IRS. They're calling." No tax preparer can make a magic happen for that to go away, unless they have some tangible document they can communicate with the IRS via letter, writing to them and communicate, calling them and helping you to resolve that issues. It is on you. And if you cannot justify the situation and you cannot find the person who did it to even help you justify it, or they can't really help you at all, just accept it and make payment plan with the IRS to get it paid. Okay. Now, some people say, "Oh, get an attorney, the IRS attorney, and all of those things." Guys, don't go and waste money because it depends on the situation, and especially also it depends on how much you owe. Okay, because the money you are going to spend from the attorney to deal with the IRS on your behalf, you might as well just take that money and pay it against whatever you owed, and try to get that debt paid down. Again, it depends on the situation and how much you owe. What I'm sharing is not for everybody. The scenario and the situation is not going to apply to everyone. So let's get that part straight. Okay. You owe $10,000, $9,000, $7,000, $8,000. You're going to go look for an attorney to take care of that. What? First of all, attorney fees are expensive or excessive out there. Most of them are. And they're not going to do this for you for free. So it's going to cost you half of probably that money, or if not close to it. So why not just take that and just pay against it and try to pay it off and get it done and get it over with? So, okay, now you have that issues. You cannot get it resolved. You owe the money. What other ways that you can get this money paid off fast? Because here is the problem. IRS interest rate is accumulated on whatever the balance is every quarter, and they decide how much to charge you at that time. So, and this fee can go from anywhere from 3% to 5%, and sometimes even higher. And you don't want to owe that, because again, penalty and interest adding up to whatever balance you have there, it only increases the amount every year. Let's just put it that way. Or every quarter, the amount is increased. Okay. So how do you make the payment, or how do you now try to, strategy ways you can make that pay, do things you can do to pay that off faster? Is first of all, setting up a payment plan with decent amount to pay towards it every month. And when you make a payment plan with the IRS, please don't default on it, and don't default and not reach out to them to try to resolve it as soon as possible, because then you're going to be hit with more penalty and more interest. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Now, on your job, if you are an employee, on your job there is a form that you fill out called W-4. Okay, I started with the W-4 from the beginning. The W-4 is where you fill out, and that's what tells your employer how much taxes to pay, to take out of your return and what have you. It's best to clean 10 yourself on that W-4, even if you have children. Claim just you. Yes, they're going to take more taxes out, but at the end of the year, whatever they're taking out, you will get it back if you're a middle to lower income person anyways. So you're going to get that back, plus whatever credit that you owe, that you are entitled to, at the point for having children or responsibility and so forth. Okay, so you're going to get it back. And this is why I tell people, it's like a savings that you don't see. And actually getting that chunk of money towards the end of the year. We have people that are getting back like 12,000, 13,000 at the end of the year. Those are sometimes those are the reasons. Okay, they pay in taxes, they have a lot of responsibility, or have children to claim or dependent to claim, and they pay more taxes, and plus their earned income credit and dependent care credit and child tax credit. All these little credit gets together, and then boom, you have a chunk of return at the end of the year. So on your W-4, which I'm going to share now, so you know what it looks like, you can fill out this form. You can fill out this form anytime during the year. Anytime during the year. And you can go to your employer this month and say, hey, I need to change my W-4 for withholding. I need to change my withholding on the W-4. Or 2 months later, 3 months later, you can go back again and make the changes. Okay. So this is one of the form you do not have to wait till the next year or next anniversary or anything to fill out. You can fill this out anytime. So what you do is you go to your employer and ask them to adjust your W-4, or you need to adjust your W-4. And the other thing is, this form, you don't even have to go to your HR department. For most employers now, it is online. If you access your W-2 or your pay stub, those things, if you access them online, and if you have your own login with your company, you can go in and do this yourself without bothering HR or anything. You can do it anytime and submit it, and it will get the information and make sure they make the adjustment. Okay. And so I'm going to pour mine up here so I can see it for myself. Yeah. That's not it. Give me a second. Okay. I want to show you guys the part where you can fill out here. Okay. So again, on your W-4, as I said from the beginning, this form here, you can first of all fill it out anytime during the year for your withholding, okay? And all these questions that said, enter one here, enter two here, if you have this and this and that, you can post 0 on all of those. You do not have to put any numbers in any of these boxes. The first one that said enter one for yourself, you can do that. You can put one for yourself, okay? And then the total, if you get online, okay, your total dependents, they say add the amount above into the total here, okay? Oh, I poured up the W-2, y'all. I'm sorry, W-4. Okay, this is a W-4. Employee withholding certificate. Yeah. Okay. So on number 6. Okay, well, now not 6 anymore, but because they changed the form, okay? This is a new form. On line 4, where is it? Extra withholding. Enter any additional extra withholding. That is on 4C. This is the part I want you to see. Not only you put 0 in the other boxes, you don't have to put anything in there, but you can, when you go on here, line 4C, it said enter the extra withholding tax in any additional tax you want to withhold each pay period, during each pay. So if you get paid every week or every 2 weeks, even if you put 0, and you can actually add additional, you can put additional $20, $25, $30, $50. You can elect for them to take additional money apart from the regular calculation. This again is the additional. That means you're telling them, okay, even though this is what I want you to do, I need you to take additional $50 out, additional $100 out every pay. You don't see it, okay? Yes, it's going to look like they're taking more taxes out of your check and what have you, but focus on the future, the reward, okay? Later, during the end of the year, know in the back of your mind that, okay, I'm going to give this back at the end of the year, especially if you have children. Okay. Now, this is especially also very good for you if you have no dependents and your income has increased. You're a single person. You're making more money now. After you put in your stuff, even as a single, you don't have any dependent or no one on your taxes, which is perfectly fine. Now you have you have you can actually go ahead and tell them to take additional money out of it for you as well. Again, at the end of the day, when you file your taxes, at the end of the day, nobody wants to be cutting check to the IRS. You rather they pay you check. So to prevent paying them, you can do this, and at the end of the day, when they calculate it, they see that you overpaid, and then they pay you back the difference. Whatever Uncle Sam owed you, they're going to give it back to you. This is the reason why if you owe them any penny, they're coming after it. Okay. So, guys, this is to help you. Now, another thing, if you owe the IRS and you know you owe them 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 6,000, or whatever amount, you've been on your job for a long time, and I hope some of you guys are doing this. Some of you, the employer offer 401k, okay, benefit to you. Some employer will pay dollar for dollar into your 401k, and some not so much. You have to pay everything in, and it's your saving, and you should. Whether the company pay in or not, you should participate in your 401k benefit. If your company have it, you should be able to participate in it, because at the end of the day, that is money that you're saving for retirement, for later. Is going to be beneficial to you either way. Okay, but most employers do pay into it dollar for dollar up to 6% or up to 5% or whatever the percentage amount is. Okay, that was free and extra. Okay, so now the next thing is say you owe the IRS, you have some money in your 401k. Well, if you have more than the amount that you owe Uncle Sam in your 401k, honey, just I would prefer. And then this again, this is not for everyone. Okay, this is what I would do, because when you take out of your 401k, especially during this time, there are times you owe the debt or whatever, or maybe, for hardships. Sometimes there are ways that you may not even have to pay taxes on that or what have you. Now, I feel like when even if you have a savings and you owe Uncle Sam or you owe anybody, the credit card, whatever, I always say this: you're having 50,000 in savings and then owing 50,000 debt, credit card or to whomever. You don't have no money, because interest is accumulating. The interest you're getting on those debts are more than the interest you're getting from the bank or wherever you're saving that money. Okay, 9 out of 10, that's the case. Some of you are not investing your money. Even if you were investing it, sometimes the interest rate for some of those credit cards is way more than what you're getting on your return. So what am I saying? Take the fund and get rid of the debt. Okay, any funds that are going to help you to get rid of that debt so that you're not accumulating more debt every month or every quarter, it makes sense to pay it off. And then I would say control yourself, or restrain yourself from accumulating more debt. Credit card debt is one of the sticky ones, but we're not talking about credit card debt tonight. We're talking about owing the IRS. So if you owe the IRS, this is ways you can pay them off faster. Okay, first pay extra money in your tax on your W-4 so that they can take it out every month. At the end of the day, when you file that tax, whatever you're supposed to get in refund or as a return, they will apply it to whatever debt you have in the IRS database. Okay, and that helps reduce your tax liability or whatever debt you have there with them. This is why if you owe the IRS anything, sometimes some people that owe child support or whatever, that, I don't want to file my taxes, or they just stop filing their taxes because they think, they're going to take the money anyway. Well, it's reducing your debt. If they take it, that's fine. It should not stop you from filing your taxes. Okay. So that is that. Two things I said here. Again, if I have a lot of money in my 401k and I owe Uncle Sam, I am probably going to withdraw some fund out of my 401k and pay Uncle Sam off. Okay. And then take my time and pay my employer, which is going to be out of my paycheck every, however often I get paid. At least now I got rid of that debt, and now I can have peace on this side. And then my credit profile can also rest, because these things do go on your credit and they weigh your credit down. And so now you want to go for important things like purchasing a home or buying a new car or what have you. And by the way, if you do not have a house and you're planning on buying a house, please do not go buy a car first, because a car can stop you from getting a house, but a house cannot stop you from getting the car of your dream. Okay, that was that little real estate, the realtor in me just jumped out there for a second, because I see this all the time and I'm like, ugh, why did you go get $600 car notes and you're trying to get a mortgage and you make less than 50K? Anyways, back to taxes. Okay, so anywho, this is it, you guys. Just get rid of the debts. If you owe Uncle Sam, get rid of that. And also be careful where you go file your taxes. More, it's not always good. Okay, more is not always good, because this is what happened. The IRS can go back 3 years. They can go back 3 years if they want to. When you get audited, if you get audited for 2021, they can go back 2020, 2020, 2019 if you want. And if you cannot justify anything from those 3 years, they will add that together. And now you owe a whole lot of money. So guys, you do not want to do that to yourself. Okay, so again, be involved when you go file your tax. Don't go drop your paper off and think somebody's going to work magic. Okay, with us, even if you drop your paper off, we'll still call you and communicate with you. We'll ask you questions. We'll tell you this is what's on here. This is what's going on here. This is why blah, 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 blah. Based on the information that you give us, this is what the result is, and explain that to you. And sometimes throughout the explanation, and depends on what you do, we're able even to discover more credit and more other things that you can take advantage of by having that conversation. But if you just drop your thing somewhere and there's someone at the mercy of whoever and they're putting whatever on it, and then you go with not knowing whatsoever anything and you go sign your name. The moment you sign that document, you are saying, yes, I agree. I give you this information. This is what it is. You own it. You own it. And many times I get somebody come, oh, they put that anywhere. Well, when they were giving you all that money, you accepted it. Then everything was cool. Everything go upside down whenever people receive the letter. Now they can't hear, they can't see, they can't hear. Nobody know anymore what happened. Out of a certain, you can't remember. Guys, first, remember to go to the right place. Remember to have a conversation with your CPA, your tax advisor, your tax preparer. Remember to review before you sign to prevent this from happening. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. You can owe anybody. You can owe the bank. You can owe the credit card company. You can owe whomever, but you cannot owe the IRS. They will come after the money. Even if you owe them a penny, a dollar, whatever you owe them, they're going to come after it. Okay? So, that's it. I'm going to keep it as that for tonight. I'm giving y'all way more. I hope that you find value in this information that I share here tonight. Again, our goal is also inform you so that you can make informed decisions, so that, have some peace of mind when you file your taxes and rest. I don't know about you, but I love my peace. Okay. Again, thank you all for joining in. This is Helen DePoe Washington here at Discovery Tax Services, where we give you tax advice the way it should be, at least, the way it's meant to be. We help you, we educate you, and everything. So if you want to take advantage of our service, our website is www.discoverytaxservice.com. That is www.discoverytaxservice.com. There you're going to find our tools. We have a mobile app where you can submit your document to us from wherever you are in the comfort of your own home, wherever you're located. Same with our client portal. You can again use that to submit your document to us, and we would love, love, love to help you. We do provide the service to all over the United States, so we are a virtual service. However, if you're in the DFW areas and you love to come and see us in person, we are on Plano Road in 635 9858 Plano Road, Dallas, Texas. Suite number 300, the very first building that is facing the main street, which is Plano Road in Suite 300. We are looking at in 310. Okay. If you have questions, you want to set an appointment, again, our website, you can request an appointment there. You can request a free estimate there. You can also give us a call at 469-300-1040. Again, at 469-300-1040. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you again, hopefully Thursday, because as we're getting busy, guys, we're not able to come sometime as planned. So forgive us when that do happen, but do know every time we have some important information, something tangible to share with you, we will come out here and share it with you. Okay. Thank you all, and y'all stay blessed. Have a great night. Come see us.